Hello and welcome to the Wheel of Crime podcast, the podcast where two ladies play games, shout profanities, and laugh way too often. Also, this podcast does cover topics of sensitive nature, and as such, listener discretion is advised.
Hello, and welcome back to Wheel of Crime podcast. My name is Jenn!
My name is Emily. We're back. It's true. It's true, and we are slightly in advance. I don't know if it's still January or if it's February yet.
It's January.
Still?
Yeah.
Dude.
January's long.
I always forget. I feel like it's always like 5 weeks. Like, I think it's 4 weeks, and it's actually not ever 4 weeks.
There's that extra Friday in January, usually.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Which I usually love, because that means extra payday, but I'm currently not working.
So it's just another extra Friday.
So it's just another day.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, we're recording slightly in advance, so I guess it's still January, which is boo. I was hoping to be able to tell my story for you today closer to February, but that's okay.
Well, it'll literally be, like, when this goes up, it'll be February, like, in 2 days.
Oh, well, that's not so bad. Cause,
like, this going up on the 30th.
I would say my story today is kind of like a little bit Valentine's Day-ish, but not really, but like a little bit, so.
Love adjacent.
Yes. Well, what have you been up to recently? It's been so long since we've talked.
I know. I've missed you.
I'm missing you. I just, I will be seeing you probably way more when driving doesn't suck nearly as much, but.
I know. I don't know. What's new with me?
See, I've just been hella sick.
I'm so... You go.
No, it's good. I was just gonna say I've had I've had nosebleeds before, like where you just are like blowing your nose and you're like, oh my god, there's blood, but not like a cartoon, like blood dripping out of your face kind of thing. Mm-hmm. I had a full-on blood dripping out of my face nosebleed for the first time ever in my whole life, like literally 2 days ago.
I have one of those every other day.
Like a dripping out of your face nosebleed.
Yeah.
It's spooky. At first I was like, because I've had them where they drip a little bit, and I'm like, okay, whatever. But like I said, nothing crazy. This one was
Gushing.
like full on, like blood out of my nose, and I was like,
yep.
This is new. Okay. New year, new me. I guess I shoot blood out of my face now. That's cool.
Wow, that's a talent.
It's true. I didn't even have to work for that one. It just comes to me naturally now, I guess.
Wow, you're so cool.
So that was cool. I really am wondering, though, if it's just because it's been so dry. But I don't know.
That's my thing is, like, it's dry here, plus I was taking Accutane, so, like, literally in the winter, every other day. Fucking nosebleed. In the summer, once a week, nosebleed.
I do remember once upon a time somebody told me that people who get nosebleeds usually have, like, thinner blood or something. So maybe it's just that I've been eating way too much garlic recently. I have also been doing that. So it could be anything, I guess. I am not taking Accutane, so I don't have, like, an actual medical reason. So I'm, like, going through my options. I'm like, okay, what do we got? I do not want to go through that again. That was, like, super disaster. Like, clothes ruined. Blood everywhere. Mm-hmm. No thank you.
Yeah, tell me about it. Getting those at work is not fun. Like, doing that in the office?
Oh,
horrible.
Gosh, no. I can't even imagine that. Mostly because it's never happened to me before. I don't want it to. That sounds like
out at restaurants? Awful.
That also sounds terrible, especially if you're eating. Oh my god, have you ever nosebleed into your food?
No, I'm not an animal.
Okay, thank God. I thought you were going to say yes for a second, and the thought of that, scurry. No.
I've had nosebleeds while I'm eating, but it's never gotten into my food, thankfully.
What will you do? Like, do you send it back and say, I ruined this? Like, what do you even do? Just not eat it?
I don't want to be I'm not manifesting that for myself, so I'm not even going to think about that scenario.
Me either, actually. I'm good. So that was like a new thing, and I don't know, like I always do get sick at this time of year, and I always it's like you're fighting off the seasonal depression and the flu at the same time. Like I've been hit with the triple wombo combo.
Mm-hmm.
One of these days, we gotta just upload a picture on the podcast of you and your liter jug of Aquaphor you use for chapstick.
Listen, it's me and this Aquaphor against the world. I put this when I was on my Accutane and going through this horrible nosebleeds. I would literally have to scoop some of this out and put it up my nose to get to like stop it.
See,
it's
that's
horrible.
what my husband was telling me, because my husband gets dripping nosebleeds all the time too, but he uses Vaseline, which
Yeah,
I was
same thing.
Yeah, and so I'm like, before I've been like, oh yeah, sure, that makes sense. It's like super oopy goopy, super hydrating. But now I get why you would want to do that. Like it just makes it made sense before. It just makes more sense now. You know?
Yeah. Me and this Aquaphor against the world. But yes, I do get made fun of because I use a full tube of Aquaphor as a lip balm, and people think it looks hilarious.
By me.
It's so funny.
I make fun of you.
Because the other day I brought out my it's 198 grams of Aquaphor, and I was using it, and my husband was like, oh, where's your big one? And I was like, what do you mean? This is my big one. And he's like, no, like the one that's like 5 times the size of that. And I'm like, babe, this is the only one I have. Like, so he was like, oh, I think I just haven't seen you use it for a while. So I remember it like cartoonishly large.
It is cartoonishly large. And here's the thing, guys, though. No, I need our listeners to understand something very specific about you. Jenn hates purses. This lady runs around with literally like just her phone, not nary a wallet in sight. Occasionally, if we're going to the bar, she will bring a single credit card and her ID. No purse. No purse. And if purse, it is like the world's teeniest, tiniest bag that has ever existed. And she has this Aquaphor, and I don't even remember if this is just something I came up with in my head or if this is a real life experience that we had, is we went out somewhere, you bring out the teeniest, tiniest purse, and all you pull out of it isn't even anything useful, because you didn't bring your wallet or anything else. It's just the giant, stupid Aquaphor.
That is useful.
Not like a wallet. How about
I don't need a wallet. I have Apple Pay, girl. Like, what do you need a wallet for?
It's just like, you'd think to yourself, oh, a purse that size would be so cute for like your phone and maybe your credit card because it's so small. No, it's just a giant Aquaphor shoved into a teeny tiny bag.
And
it's one of my favorite things about it. Never change. I don't know.
I'm not anti-purse. It's just like if I don't have to carry something, I'm not going to.
I mean, yes. Okay. Okay. But what have you been up to recently? Like I said, I've just kind of been sick, and I haven't had a lot of time to put into any fun hobbies, so I wish I could come up with more. Besides seeing you for your birthday, that's pretty much the most fun I've had this month, so.
I mean, honestly, same. I've just been moving this month and cleaning and trying to get my life together, and yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah. I've been trying more, like, to diversify my cooking, I guess, is, like, another thing. Because I don't have time for hobbies. I just have time for, like, the basic necessities of my life, which is usually just eating and sleeping. But at least if I'm going to be cooking something, I've been trying to, like, branch out, you know? And I did recently learn I like cabbage.
Oh, I hate cabbage.
You see, you've not eaten my cabbage that I've been making. You saute it and you do a few other things with it. It's actually very good. And apparently very good for you.
I don't know. My mom used to make fucking cabbage rolls. Ugh.
You see,
so
though,
disgusting.
and this is not to dunk on your parents because I love them very much. I don't think I would eat cabbage from your parents' house. Maybe a restaurant, but I do not know about the cabbage.
We didn't use a lot of seasonings growing up.
No. Noticeably so. And I have my preconceptions about that. So they could be different.
I feel
today.
like
it could be different today.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm a cabbage hater.
Okay. We'll see.
We'll
Not that
see.
I'm trying to
Sounds
convert.
so
Well, not that I'm trying
threatening.
to convert you, but I was just delightfully surprised by what I could do with a cabbage. That took
You know
me by
what?
surprise.
I would try your cabbage, but I can't promise I would like it.
Honestly, that's fine. I feel like honestly, when I think about cabbage, I usually think of things like a coleslaw or like certain
Mm-hmm.
types of salads, which are fine. Like I like coleslaw, but the way I've been doing it is like you use a lot of like acidic based vegetables with it so that it's not like such a hearty vegetable. And then you use a lot of butters and stuff to like still make it softer but still add flavoring. It's kind of like you're basically somehow at the same time sauteing and pickling it at the same time. So I think that's
Hmm.
why I'm surprised because I'm like, "Oh, this is actually like kind of my jam." It just takes a while is the thing.
I mean, you love anything doused in vinegar, so it doesn't even surprise me.
Facts. Um, yeah, I don't know. We could definitely talk about that forever, but I don't want to. Today's story that I have for you today, like I said, I've been looking forward to it because it feels very Valentine's Day-ish, so I kind of wanted to save this one for around Valentine's Day, but it is unfortunately not super long, so I figured I'd do it around this time because I know we're going to be doing a listener episode story for Valentine's Day and probably want to do some more actually closer to being on brand for Valentine's Day stories, probably for the actual month of February or around February. So this will be a little bite-sized episode for you today.
Nice. Well, I'm very excited to hear it.
Amazing. Well, let's start with the wheel of questions, and then I'm just saying, with my most recent trend of stories, I know you're not going to guess this one, but we'll see if you can at least guess like the plot line.
Okay, I'll see if I can get some of the vibes.
If you died and could come back and keep living your regular life, but as a ghost, like a ghost, zombie, whatever, like you get the vibe, would you?
What's the other option?
That you just die and you're dead and you disappear.
Huh. So in this
Like let's
scenario,
say,
do I...
like I'll paint you a picture. Let's say it's like tonight, and you like
How ominous. You're dying
you're like,
tonight.
can it not be tonight? Okay, a week from now. No.
Oh my god, don't put that pressure on me. Just kill me
Fine.
tonight if you're gonna do it.
We'll not send weird spooky timelines. At some point, that will never
Soon.
happen because you'll live forever. Let's say you like woke up in the middle of the night and you were like, "Oh, I'm not gonna wake up my husband or my dog. I'm just gonna go for like I'll walk somewhere to cool down." And just like in the middle of your walk, you went, "Oh no," and then like dead. So let's say your options are either you stay dead and then somebody can find you in the morning and be like, "Oh my gosh, he's dead," or you can like return to your body as like a ghost zombie type thing. But you know you're dead. But the deal is that you have to keep living your regular life as if you didn't die, but you know you're dead.
Do I live forever in this scenario, or at some point do I get to like move on?
We'll say that your spirit is tied to this world, but you don't know when you get to move on.
So I can die a second time, essentially.
Essentially, yes, but it's not like a planned thing. I mean, like death in general is not usually a planned thing. It can be, but not usually. But like for the second death, it would be you don't know what's keeping you here, but you will at some point pass away again.
Okay, then yeah, I would do it. My thing is, I don't want to live forever. That sounds horrible to me.
Yeah.
Not that I'm rearing to die. It's just like I feel like at a certain point you've done what you need to do on Earth, and like it's your time.
Yeah.
Like I have no desire to be like 100 years old because I just feel like your quality of life is zero or
Yes.
very low.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But and like also once like everyone in your life around you starts dying, I feel like it's just very sad.
Yeah, I feel like also it's just a change in perspective too, right? Like if you're somebody who's living for hundreds of years, eventually you would see the same things over and over again. You'd experience the same things over again. You would continue to find people that you love and those people would continue to die right in front of your eyes. Like I don't know Like, there is potentially lots of reasons on why somebody would willingly sign up for that. But to me, I'm kind of like, at some point, it would be boring and sad and lots of other things. I could be wrong, but that just kind of seems to be my idea on it. So I'm also not team live forever. I think I would do the same thing, though. I think if like the scenario I depicted is like what would happen, I think I'd sign up for that too, versus just being like dead, because I still feel like there's a lot to learn, and we're still pretty young at this point, anyways.
Yeah, like I'm not even 30 yet, so like I'd like to live at least a few more years.
I got plans. I got big plans. I got to go to Japan, guys.
Yeah, come on. Let me at least do that.
Right? Okay. Let's spin for our next question. What would you do if you realized your husband was no longer human? Like, you know how we joke sometimes, like, oh, if Emily stops liking vinegar one day, that means that she's literally been replaced with somebody else, and that is no longer Emily. Like, let's say that this is quite literally the situation of you're just, like, awake one day and you realize that your husband has been body snatched, and that is no longer your husband. Would you keep it up? Because you're like, oh, I guess this is my husband now. Or, like what would you do? Like, what would you do once you realize that that is no longer your husband who's a human person? That's something else.
I'd be like, I'm so fucking scared right now, number one. Number two, I think I would try and figure out what happened to him.
Yes.
And then I would evaluate the situation from there.
That's literally how my frame of mind works, too. I'm like, okay, first of all, whoa, this is so scary. But secondly, it's like, yeah, what is the situation, right? I feel like there's so many potential with the amount of supernatural things we covered on this show. There is literally so many different options as to like what even could be happening, if it's like possession, alien, zombie, ghost, whatever, you know.
Like, the first thing that came to mind, I think you told this story a few years ago. It was, like, of the skinwalker, and it was, like, they were, like, lying in bed together or something, and then the woman realizes that it's not her husband, and it's something else. Yeah. That's what I'm imagining, and that's terrifying.
Oh, so scary, right? And then, yeah, I think number 3 at that point would be to figure it out, because it's kind of like, if this is like a replacement scenario where it's like their body but something else is living in them, I don't really feel like there's a lot you can do at that point. Whereas like I don't know if I'm about to go like full Alien versus Predator and just start unloading and be like, I gotta get them, but like, you know, like like so many options, right?
I'm going to space and I'm killing some aliens and getting my husband back
and getting him back. Right? So, I don't know. There's just, like, a lot of things to consider, but it's just such a scary thing, though, to think about at the same time. But yeah, I like, though, if you and I are on the same wavelength. That would be my steps 1, 2, and 3 as well, so.
Yes. I feel like it's a very logical way to go about things.
I would like to think so. So then, let's spin for our next question. What is a fruit that you would die for?
Like literally die for?
I'll paint you a picture. Let's say that there is a fruit, and basically this fruit will stop existing tomorrow. But if you die for this fruit, it will continue to exist after you die. But if you decide to keep living,
fuck all these people.
Yeah, but if you decide to keep living, that fruit's disappearing forever.
Okay, then I'll pick something I don't like, because I'm living.
No, but like in this scenario, the sacrifice needs to be there. You know, it has to be your like literal favorite fruit that you would genuinely consider dying for.
I wouldn't die for no fruit.
You're like, Emily, this changes nothing. Fuck all of the fruit.
Get rid of all of them. I don't give a fuck. No. Okay, well, I'll just answer this as my favorite fruit, but I ain't dying for it. Raspberries.
I love But I ain't dying for it. Raspberries. I feel like raspberries is a good option, actually.
I fuck with a raspberry, but I'm not
They're so
dying
good.
for it. Just to clarify.
My least favorite thing though about a raspberry is this: they go bad so fast.
They do. They do.
So fast. But fresh ones off a bush in the summer.
Oh, baby. See, second favorite fruit is a pomegranate, but peeling those fuckers,
awful. Awful, awful, terrible.
So bad. I have one in my fridge right now that I'm afraid is already gone bad because I've left it for so long, but I just hate peeling them.
At this point, dude, if it's been in your fridge for that long, it's almost worse if it's not.
Yeah. Ugh.
Do you have a third favorite?
Strawberries.
Strawberries are also good. I kind of
Okay, what are your top three?
Too sour sometimes.
Okay, or apricots. Actually, it might be apricots.
You like apricots?
Yeah.
Why?
Because they're fucking good.
Okay.
Dude, or a plum, like the purple plums. So good.
Ooh, I do like a purple plum. See, for me, I also ain't dying for a fruit. But if that was like, like if I had to pick one, I think my number one would be pineapple.
Ooh.
I'm sorry. I really love pineapple.
I'm a hater.
Number two would be specifically wine grapes. Like those really, really small, dark, sweet ones that you get. I think they're like in September or something around here.
Yep.
Delicious. My number three would be mangoes. I love a mango. Love, love, love mangoes.
Yeah, I don't really like mangoes either. We have very different fruit tastes.
We do. I feel like you're definitely more of like a berry person. I'm more of a tropical fruit person.
Yeah.
That's
I can't believe you don't like apricots. They're so good.
I'm going to be honest with you. I can't honestly remember if I've even ever eaten a fresh apricot. I think I've only ever had them dried.
No, my parents have an apricot tree in their backyard, so having one of those suckers fresh off the tree, so good, dude.
I mean, that does sound like it would make a difference. I don't know. It's just like, I didn't have my first ever non-dried plum until like 2 months ago. And then I was like, oh, these are kind of really good.
But why?
I don't know. My family just didn't really buy a lot of fruits growing up. Like, we had a raspberry bush and we had a crabapple tree. And we ate a lot of apples and oranges. So many apples and oranges. But, like, besides that, nah, not really.
Yeah, I was a big fruit girly. Like, I remember I used to force my mom to buy me raspberries, even when they were out of season and hella expensive. And she was like, I'm never going to financially recover from this.
But still, though, like, they were expensive back then, and they're still expensive today.
I like what I like. What can I say?
Yeah, and live your truth. Live your truth. All right, let's spin for our last question. Would you ever want a statue in your honor?
No.
No?
I don't know. I don't feel like I've done anything to deserve that.
No, I get that.
Maybe if I die for fucking fruit, I guess. Sure.
Yeah, if you die just so the world can keep having raspberries, I think you deserve a statue for that.
Sure. Okay. In that scenario, sure. Give me one. In any other scenario, I'll pass.
Yeah. No, that
and
was
also, I just feel like I would be depicted horribly on a statue. Like, I feel like they would do me dirty and, like, put me business casual or something, and that would just piss me off.
They put you in, like, 2012 fashion with, like, a giant chunky necklace and, like, a blazer.
I'd be like, great. Perfect.
Wow, thanks, guys. Gotta haunt you from the grave now, I guess.
Yeah.
You should have figured that one out. I don't know. For me, it was basically the same thing. I was like, maybe if I did something like really fucking cool that could like be my story to go with the statue, sure. Like that could be cool. But like my only caveat is it needs to be when I was literally the hottest person in my whole life. Like literally whenever I was my sexiest in life, that's who goes on the statue. Not how I looked when I died. Not like anything else. It has to specifically be when I was my hottest.
No,
And
but that's never what they're going to do. It's not what they're going to do.
But it is never what they're going to do.
They're going to put you on there as a fuck-ass grandma wearing business casual.
Yep. And with literally basically like the hair I have right now, which is everywhere because
tourists are going to come and they're going to rub your tit because you're a woman or your ass.
That's
and then there's going to be a fucking little rub mark there forever and it's going to piss you the hell off.
You know what? I would be okay as a statue to have a little bit of a rub mark on my booty. I feel like that's fine. You know, that's like a little there. That's fine. My tits? You keep your dirty hands to yourself.
That's what I'm saying. But if just because you don't want them to, now they're going to do it extra. Both the titties are going to have little rub marks.
You know what that means? Double haunted. A haunting per titty. That is my right. For dying for pineapples. That is my right.
You know what? I respect that.
You're like, I don't agree, but I respect it. So then, what do you think my story for you is today?
A ghost who died for fruit and they erected a statue in their name and that statue is haunted.
You can have 50%.
Okay.
We're getting close.
We're getting close.
It does surprise me how close you are with your guests, though. So that's always fun for me. Mostly because all of the questions I make point pretty much directly right to the story. But it's
I'm literally just going based off of the questions. So yeah.
As you probably should, because that's exactly what I do. But like I said, you will definitely not know this story, but apparently, but there's a very good chance that some of our listeners might, because it is a very, very popular, culturally specific story.
Oh, okay.
So, I'll go with the description. You can tell me if you've heard of it or not. If you have, that's crazy. If you have not, me too, actually. So,
well, I can't wait. Take it away.
So, Mae Nak Phra Khanong.
Yeah, I definitely heard of them.
Thai, meaning Lady Nak of Phra Khanong, or simply Ma Nak, or Mae Nak, or Lady Nak, or Nang Nak, or Miss Nak. If any of those names are familiar to you, is a well-known Thai ghost. According to local folklore, the story is based on events that took place during the reign of King Rama IV. I do not know my Roman numerals off the top of my head, but that is one. And a shrine is dedicated to Nak, and it was constructed at Wat Mahabat and then in 1997, the shrine was relocated to the nearby Suang Long district of modern Bangkok.
You were really on a statue kick lately, aren't you?
I have. I know. I was like thinking about that too with this story because usually when I'm preparing topics, I try to pick certain times of the year for them. This one just happened to coincide with a big month of statues. This reminds me of like my month of cryptids I did last summer.
You know what? I love it.
Yeah, why not? But this one, just so you're aware, yes, a statue's involved. Not quite the same way as my other one, though. So there is going to be a bit of a difference there. But just so everybody knows that I'm back on my bullshit, I'm going to crack a little crispy drink to wet my whistle before we start.
Oh, I love it. Should I crack open my shawarma sitting next to me?
Your hot shawarma? Yeah. Make sounds, though, so that we know it's extra crunchy. ASMR this.
I'm not gonna do that.
Oh, you're not gonna ASMR your shawarmy?
No, but it smells divine. It's my treat for getting through this episode. Not getting through, but finishing recording. Wow, Freudian slip there.
You're like, it's my treat for surviving this goddamn show. And then our listeners are like, wait, we're suffering too. Where's our shawarma?
Escape the dishes, guys. Or DoorDash or whatever.
Yeah, basically the same thing. But I'll get into it then because this is a fun one. So, Mae Nak Phra Khanong is among the best known ghost stories in Thailand. So, I already know I'm saying this wrong. Everybody, we know. I know. We all know.
We're aware.
Yes. A tale repeatedly told through various media, the legend of Mae Nak Phra Khanong strikes a chord with people to its universal theme of love and heartbreak. Believed to date back to the early Ratanakosin period, around the 18th century, the legend has it that Mae Nak, Mai was used for miss in those days, lived in the area near Wat Mahabat along a canal. Today, the area is known as Soi Sukhumvit 77 in Bangkok's Phra Khanong district, and is home to her shrine. According to the fable, Nok's husband Mok was conscripted and sent to war while she was pregnant. Nok died during childbirth, making her a Pi Tai Tang Klom, which is a ghost of a woman who died during childbirth with the baby still inside of her.
Oh.
And her body, yeah, I know, I like that there's that distinction, right? We don't normally get that.
Mm-hmm.
And her body was buried in the cemetery at Wat Mahabat. But because of love, Nok's spirit was bound to her former life, reappearing in human form to carry on daily chores at home. Every day she lingered on, waiting for her husband's return. The terrified villagers invited monks and exorcists to banish her, but none succeeded. After being treated for the wounds he sustained at war, Mok came back to Phra Khanong. At home, he was greeted by his loving wife, now with a newborn. Mok was finally living happily ever after with his wife and child, or so he thought. It was not long before the villagers revealed the truth to Mok, that Nok and her child were in fact dead. Mok was furious and dismissed the warnings as rumors. One day, while cooking, Nok accidentally dropped a lime from her porch. Reaching for the lime, she stretched her inhuman arm all the way from the second floor balcony down into the grounds below. Which, like, I'm just gonna say this. If I'm, like, coming back from the dead and it's kind of important that nobody knows that I'm, like, inhuman of some kind, I would not be Elastigirling my way around for a lime.
No.
That feels
I feel like maybe it's not the move.
No, that feels super noticeable, especially from the outside of your house.
Not very nonchalant.
No.
But I would also do that probably, so, because I'm not sneaky at all.
But the low effortness of it, I mean...
I understand. You know what?
Oh,
can't blame a girl.
It could be done. I'm just a girl. At that very moment, like when she was like doing her like long stretchy arm thing down from the balcony for the lime, at that moment, Mok returned home from running errands and witnessed the horrifying scene. He became so horrified that he fled to a nearby temple. Heartbroken and furious, Mae Nak set out on a spree of revenge, terrorizing people in the community for causing Mok to leave her. Eventually, the revered monk, Somdej Phra Budakara, also known as Somdej To, came to the people's aid. He approached Nok's spirit with calmness and pure compassion. So, just saying, I believe he's Buddhist? Because this story also has to do with a little bit of, like, the introduction of Buddhism.
Right.
Into Thailand. So, he approached Nok's spirit with calmness and pure compassion. With Somdej To's guidance, Nok was able to let go of her past life and move on. The venerable father then cremated Nok's body and carved out a piece of her forehead bone to keep as an amulet. The bone has since become a lost treasure with its legendary status among Thai amulet collectors. Today, people from all walks of life travel to the Mae Nak shrine at Wat Mahabat to pay their respect and seek her favors. She's particularly popular among those hoping not to be picked for military service in Thailand's lucky draw style conscription. So that is also something that I was not aware of, is that in Thailand, and this is still a thing as far as I'm aware, I haven't done any research into like modern practice, but this was a thing where basically there would be people who were like assigned to be in charge of like the conscription of the Thai youth, and one by one they will walk up and basically the person decides whether or not, like within that moment, without knowing anything about this person, if they're getting conscripted or not. Like literally
so
it's
like doing like a little visual.
Yeah, like you're going to the army, you're not, like da 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 da, like literally like that.
crazy. I wonder what they're kind of looking for.
I wonder if it's more of a stature thing, kind of to see like who might be physically up to being conscripted.
Right. That makes sense.
Right? I know that would be what I assume anyways. I don't particularly know if there's maybe more of a cultural element to that on why they might be doing this, or what they're exactly looking for, like earmark traits, but
right.
I did think that was interesting because normally we hear just like a general age group is conscripted and then basically whatever happens after that happens, but to be selective like this is not typically something I've heard of outside of like the Hunger Games. So
I mean, like, they must be looking for specific traits, you would think, if this is the way they're going about it.
Exactly, yes. So then, Mae Nak Phra Khanong is a touching love story with colorful characters, powerful emotions, and a tragic undertone. It stands out from other tales of horror, whose narratives usually just offer gore and excitement. Mae Nak's tale is also known to be very sorrowful and heartbreaking. It portrays how love can bring about great happiness, but how the end of love can bring great sorrow. Nak's love and devotion was powerful, even allowing her to rise from the dead. Yet when the truth is revealed, the power of her love then turns into the power of destruction. The story also serves as an illustration of Buddhist teachings, namely samsara, which is the unavoidable cycle of birth, aging, sickness, and death, and the three marks of existence: anicca, which is that all things are impermanent; dukkha, which is life is full of suffering; and anatta, which is that there is no such thing as an immortal, non-changing self. In the end, nothing can triumph over truth, not even love.
I mean, I guess that's true.
Right? I know. That's like that's an interesting thing about Buddhism. Usually when I'm reading about their practices or like certain cultural aspects within the teachings, very understandable for the most part. Like unavoidable cycle of birth, death, aging, sickness, and death. Good thing to remember. All things are impermanent. Facts. Life is full of suffering. Facts. There's no such thing as an immortal, non-changing self. Also facts. So,
I mean, I feel like, personally, love can overcome truth. Like, I think people choose to ignore things all the time that are true because they love someone.
I think that's also kind of contradictory in its nature, though, because to acknowledge that something is not the truth and to choose otherwise is still acknowledging that it's not true.
But, like, I'm saying, like, even if, like, let's say my husband cheats on me and I know this to be true, if I stay with him, like, I'm choosing to love him over what I know is true. You know?
I guess yes and no. I think it's one of those things where I'm with you, but when you propose it like that, it's also like, it makes you think that also the truth is very subjective, because say, like you just said, like, your husband cheats on you, that's also very up to interpretation on what even a person defines as cheating in the first place, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But even if, like, let's make it less fallible. Let's say that he lied to me about his name and age and I found out and I still chose to stay with him because I love him. Like, I think people do make those choices all the time.
Yeah, but it doesn't change the truth is the thing. Like, you can choose otherwise, but the truth remains the same. I think that's kind of like the message there, is that you can choose, with love, you can choose a path that is not necessarily the truth, but in doing so, you are still acknowledging that it is not the truth, and the truth remains. It doesn't change it. But this is why I was saying it gets kind of weird, because then it's like, well, the truth also depends entirely on interpretation and definition. So that's what I mean when I'm saying, like, it's not quite as black and white as some people would want, right?
No, for sure. And I think it depends on the situation. It's just like an interesting principle that I don't, like, that I understand. I don't necessarily know that I agree with it, but it is an interesting principle.
It totally is. And I think that's why there is such, like, a romance behind even quotes like love conquers all. In a way, it does. But again, when you break down these things, there's just so many things that are, like, purely interpretation based that the more you think about it, the more you're like, ah! So,
gotta get that noggin moving.
My gears are rusty. They're working
So are mine.
Specifically for French perfume recently. And that's it. So,
you know what? Sometimes that's all you need.
That's true. So then I do just have some additional notes here about Mae Nak in popular culture, because this might strike a little bit more with our listeners, especially if they are Thai or they're familiar with Taiwanese culture. So I'll just share these few things. So the tale of Mae Nak has a special place in Thai society. Mae Nak's ghost has been immortalized through storytelling, folk songs, and art. Many people still believe that in the authenticity of the legend, which is why worshippers still flock to the shrine at the Mahabhat temple. The story of Mae Nak Phra Khanong is a popular subject for films, television series, and musicals. There are many versions of Mae Nak, with the first film made in 1936 by M.R. Anusakti Hassad Inthorn. In 1959, Sane Komara Chun's version saw Mae Nak depicted as a possessive ghost that haunts people. Like Komara Chun's work, many of the early portrayals focus on her ghostly life and how she terrified people in the Phra Khanong area. The tale of Mae Nak took an interesting twist when the director Nonzi Nimmitburter chose to highlight the element of romance instead of the horror in his 199 film Nang Nak. The new romantic approach continued in later incarnations, included Mae Nak the musical by Dreambox Theatre and Mae Nak Phra Khanong the musical by Tako Lakiat Viravan. In 2012, Mae Nak 3D was released. It's a period film that adds another part to the story and shows Mak seeking treatment for his wounds with Somdej To. In 2013, the Mae Nak story reached another milestone when local film company GDH, at the time GTH, made a movie based on Nak's story, but telling the story through Mak's point of view. Directed by Bangjan Pasan Thanakun, the comedy horror titled Pimak became a blockbuster, selling an all-time record for Mae Nak films and grossing more than 1 billion baht, which is Taiwan currency. In addition, the movie was shown around the globe, making the famous Thai ghost even more popular among foreigners. So, then I'm going to go on to my last part of my story here, which is how much of this is actually based in history and how much of this is an embellishment.
Right.
Leading Thai history writer K.S.R. Kularb wrote an article in the Siam Prophet newspaper on March 10th, 1899, in which he claimed that the story of Mae Nak was based on the life of Amdang Nak. Amdang also means miss, a daughter of a community leader in Phra Khanong named Kun Si Amadang Nak, and died while she was pregnant. Her son, worried that his father might remarry and cause him to lose a portion of his inheritance, invented the ghost story. He dressed in woman's clothing and threw rocks at passing boats to make people think Nak's ghost was responsible, causing possible suitors to turn away in fear. Kularb also suggests that Nak's husband was named Chum, not Mak. The events, according to KSR Kularb, took place during the reign of King Rama III, which is from the years 1824 to 1851, and if this article is to be believed, then Mae Nak is real and the ghost is fake. One theory about Mak's name is that it's coming from the lyrics written by Prince Nara Thip Prafanpong, 1861-1931, son of King Mongkut the Great, for the Thai-style operatic drama Nak Phra Khanong in 1911 during the reign of King Rama VI. My Roman only goes up to 3, really. Which was from the years 1910 to 1925. The prince created Mak as a male character who dreamt about Nak and their past together. Mae Nak is also mentioned in the epic poem Kun Kang Kun Fan, where it is implied that Mae Nak's fetus was used for black magic. The sorcerer obtained a fetus for the ritual, and it was revealed that it was a boy from Mae Nak's womb. We may never know whether or not the tale of Mae Nak Phra Khanong is based on a true story or not, but one thing is certain: nothing will ever stop the fondness Thais have for this specific love/horror tale.
Honestly, it's an interesting tale, and I think,
isn't it?
Like, it's really cool. Like, the story itself is really interesting. And I think timeless in a way of someone who loves them so much that they come back from the dead just to be there waiting for them to come home.
Mm-hmm. I do also find it funny that we were recently talking about how I'm having issue finding like blended genres for the books I read. This is genuinely a horror romance.
Yeah. Exactly. You just need to see, though they're out there. They exist.
They exist.
You just gotta find them.
That's true. And I do think that's really neat. Like the whole, because it is a very romantic story, but also a very tragic story and a very scary story. So, I mean, I can understand why it's so popular. I just don't know if I would give away my paranormal identity for a lime. I do like them, but a lime?
It's giving Dakota Johnson.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. So then, do you think that she's based on a historical figure, or are you more so team that this is a cultural story, or like a story, you know, like just a fun story?
To me, it's like something that sounds like it was like passed down, like a story, like within the culture, like something that was told because of the war, you know, like it's giving like, oh, she loved him so much that she was there waiting for him even in death, kind of to give hope. Like a story that probably came out of trying to give people some hope.
It kind of feels like that to me too. And it is interesting because for me anyways, my favorites have always been for like the episodes that I tell around like war specific supernatural stories is there's always this element of just like heartbreak. Like they're scary, sure, but specifically when it ties in with war, there's just always that heartbreak. And I think that's a very beautiful thing, but it is also a very interesting thing because I think it is very of the time. Like it's just such a poignant artistic connotation to the time that I really appreciate.
I agree. I feel like I like someone to root for, you know?
Me too. And yeah, so I wanted to share with you a little spooky love story while we move into February. Like I said, it's not very long, but I did really like it, so.
Amazing. We're getting in the spirit for Love Day, guys. Get your Cupid arrows ready.
Get your Cupid butts ready, fellas. We're getting
exactly.
Well,
don't touch my statue.
Yeah, don't touch Jenn's statue. You can touch my butt a little bit. But if you like today's episode, you can listen still.
Yeah. We think.
You can also leave us a review on wherever you're listening to our podcast. 5 stars is always appreciated. We have our website, which is www.wheelofcrime.com. You can check us out on there. We have our Patreon, which is Wheel of Crime at Patreon. We have our email, which is wheelofcrime@gmail.com. And we have our social media, which is on Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok, all at Wheel of Crime. And lastly, let's say that you're Thai and you listen and you're like, girl, you're so white and that story's fake news. Write and tell us about it and tell us the real story. And I will share that on an episode. And maybe you also have a ghost lover. I'd like to hear about that too. But if you have anything that you would like to say, you can write in on our Google form, which is up on our social media. We are going to be doing a listener story episode for Valentine's Day. So make sure you get your stories in so that we can give you another listener's episode. The last one was so fun. We love doing them for you guys, and yeah, I think it'll be a good time. Let's feel the love, brother.
Yes, and that's it. That's all. We'll see you next week for another new episode. Okay, bye.